This is your weekly social dose. It might be a little hard to swallow, so we recommend taking it with water.
So, over the last few years, and probably more like the last 20, maybe even 30 years, people have had a different way of looking at community, mainly communities based on geography. Well, when we think of geography and community, we think of our next door neighbors. It's almost instinctual to think that way. It's been a weird over the last years, and way back in the day, you'd have hobos that would jump from train to train and town to town. They may have stopped and knocked on your grandparents' or your great-grandparents' door and said, "Can you make me a sandwich? I'm traveling through." And they'd invite them in and they'd bring food for them. And years past, things just aren't done that way. And there seems to be a blockade of your family and mine and my business and yours. And I think that we've come to a point in life where technology might be the answer for that. So we're talking with Robert. Robert, how can technology facilitate that relationship in a time of need?
Okay, yeah, I completely agree. I kind of see that. And it's, I believe it's really, it's just kind of this attitude of, I don't want to disturb people, or I'm afraid that, that's their business, it's our business, and we don't necessarily want to know. But I really believe that, deep inside people, in general, they're good, and they have really a hero inside them, right? So if they're given the right opportunity, they know something is going on, and they're given the chance, then they will step up and help their neighbors, right? And I believe, since we're being very individuals now, houses are very far apart, and people don't really talk to their neighbors again. There are ways we can use technology to bring people together, and to bring communities closer together, and to let other people what's going on, right? Let your friends and neighbors what's going on. There's been a rise of social networking like Twitter and Facebook, for example, to keep people virtually in touch with each other. And I think we can harness that, and we can use that to bring our physical communities closer together.
Hey, Dallas J. Moore here with your weekly social dose and Social Republic. We're talking with Robert Hidajat today, and Robert is working on Flarecaster, which is an application that's coming out soon. So, what is Flarecaster? Tell me a little bit about it.
All right. Flarecaster is an application. It's a mobile application. Initially, we'll have it for Android, but we're going to have it for the other mobile platform as well. That gives ordinary people like you and me, and yourself, Dallas, the power to unleash heroes around you when you need them the most. So what do I mean by that, right? So in case of emergencies, for example, today, what do you usually do?
Dial 911,
right?
Yeah, we always dial 911.
That's right. Everybody, especially in the U.S. here, the instinct is really to dial 911, and people in other countries, they have their own national emergency number that people instinctually dial. Right, so that's a great system. It gives you a link to the emergency services. However, this is a single line toward help, right? And it's relying on the telephone system. So there's a lot of limitation to the telephone systems. For example, there may be situations where you're not able to speak simply because maybe you're in the house late at night and a burglar come into your house and you don't know if they're armed or not, right? So you don't really want to speak loudly and talk to the 911 operator and give away your location, because then the burglar will know where you are and kind of grab you and grab the phone, right? There are also situations where maybe you're overseas, you're having a nice vacation and something happened. Then your instinct is still to dial 911, but nothing happens because you can't really connect to the 911 system locally. So what Flarecaster does, it actually automatically detects if you call an emergency service number on your phone, and you can predefine this in advance. It took less than 2 minutes to set up. It can, when it detects that you call that emergency number, it can automatically broadcast your emergency situation or emergency message through SMS messaging or through accounts like Twitter to your friends, family, your neighbors, or even strangers who happen to be around you who might be in a position to help. So every time you use an application like Flarecaster, you're broadcasting your emergency situation, and you're giving other people around you a chance to step up and unleash the heroes inside them and become heroes and help you out while emergency services are coming to help you.
So tell me a little bit about the origin for Flarecaster. Where did this idea come from? Where did the idea to be able to enable people to use technology in regard with 911 and the emergency services, where did that idea come from for you? Why did you develop this application?
All right, it's kind of a funny story. So I kind of think of this idea back about a year ago when I just got signed up for Twitter, and I have no idea what to use it for. I'm just trying to figure out what to use Twitter for, and just on my way, driving home from work, one day I kind of think of how people really use Twitter now to, it allows you to broadcast messages to a lot of people very quickly, right? And you can do that through an SMS messaging system, which is very robust. It's been around for many years. And so that's why, from there I was kind of thinking, oh, why, is there a way for us to marry, the 911 call, which is what people instinctually do when there is an emergency, and use something like Twitter or just an SMS system to broadcast your emergency messages to more people. And why don't we marry these two together, kind of enhance the 911 system, because we don't want to replace the 911 call. It would be irresponsible for us to say, hey, don't call 911 in case of emergency, tweet instead, right? It's just not natural, and it won't be irresponsible for us to do that. I think whatever we do, we want to complement the existing system and make sure the professional, the emergency services are still coming to help you, but you want, if there are other people who are in a position to help you quicker while emergency services are coming, you want to be able to get that help quicker as well.
So we've talked about the origin, we talked a little bit about what Flarecaster is. When can we look forward to seeing it? When can we purchase this application?
Okay, so we're just finishing up the Android version development. I'm hoping to get this done definitely before the end of this month, so in the next week or two. And we are going to provide a basic version for free that connects you to 911 for emergency services, so everybody can have this and can use this, and we'll provide more kind of advanced capabilities in a paid version that if you guys like it, you can purchase, or you can donate. And I haven't decided on the pricing yet, but it'll be under $5 definitely. So, and that's coming up hopefully before the end of the month.
Excellent. So this is Dallas J. Moore with your weekly social dose, talking with Robert Hidajat and Flarecaster. So put some links down below. Take a look. Some things to definitely look forward to, and something that you really might want to get involved with. Making sure you know your neighbors, making sure you know your community, and get involved and be your own hero. So thanks for watching this week.